Hey, this is Deepak here from digitaldeepak.com, and in today's video I want to talk about Facebook ad costing. And this is something that I have been thinking about while I was driving my car today, and I was basically trying to come up with a reason of why Facebook ad costs are higher when your daily budget is high and why it is low when your daily budget is low. And this ad cost is across clicks, cost per lead or cost per conversion or any metric. In general, if you are running a campaign and if you are, let's say, putting a daily budget of $100, then let's say you are targeting cost per conversion and the cost per conversion is $1 and you are getting, let's say, 100 leads in a day. However, if you put the daily budget as something like $50 per day, then the cost per lead will not be $1. It will be something like 80 cents or 70 cents. So it usually goes down. And I have been trying to think and I have tried to come up with a model behind this. And I might be correct, I might be wrong, I really don't know. But this looks like a proper model to understand how Facebook might be distributing the ads and why your costs as an advertiser is fluctuating. So the three main points which are the backbone of this video is that Facebook ads are cheaper if your daily budget is low. The ads are costlier if your daily budget is high. You might have found this yourself if you have been advertising on Facebook, and this is something that many advertisers agree on. And what I think is that Facebook gives preference to people who set a high budget and basically considers it as a high bid. Like for example, if you think about Google ads and if you think about Google ads showing up on a Google search, I think most of the marketers know that if you bid higher, then your ad is shown on the first position and the second ad is shown to the next highest bidder and the third ad is shown to the next highest bidder. But Facebook ads are different, right? Facebook ads are display ads and they are newsfeed ads, and people are not searching for keywords here. People are just there browsing on Facebook and you are trying to go ahead and display your ad there. So this is the model that I have come up with, and what I want you to do is I want you to think that there are five people, A, B, C, D and E, and let's consider that these are the five people ever using Facebook, just so that we can understand the model. So these five people are using Facebook and Facebook has only five users. And let's say these people are using Facebook for something like 5 to 10 minutes per day and they are scrolling through their news feed. And Facebook, let's say, shows one ad out of every normal posts. That way, let's assume that these people are going to watch some 25 to 30 posts in their news feed, which means that there is an opportunity to show five ads. And let's consider that each ad impression is $1 worth, and we have 25 ad impressions, which is $25 per day, and this is the revenue that Facebook is making. And this is the total inventory that is there, which is 25 impressions. We have five people and all the five people go ahead and watch five ads per day. Obviously the actual numbers will be different. Some people will be more active, some people will be less active and things like that, but this is just for understanding sake. We have five people, five impressions each, and we have 25 impressions. And let's consider that there are three advertisers, advertiser A, B and C. They are trying to put their ads on these ad slots, and advertiser A is spending $10, advertiser B is spending $5, advertiser C is spending $2. So let's look at how the distribution will be. So let's say advertiser A, I have marked advertiser A in red, and what will happen is that Facebook will start placing the ads of advertiser A at the first slot of the person A, first slot of person B, first slot of person C, first slot of D and first slot of E. And then they have run out of the number of people, but here the advertiser A has spent $10, which means that they have bought 10 impressions. So which means that Facebook has to show the same ad again to the same person. So 2 2 2 2 2. So what happens here is that each person is seeing the ad from advertiser A two times, right? So here that's why to prevent ad fatigue, we recommend having multiple different ad images and multiple different ads inside an ad group. So that is a topic for another video to discuss about, but you can understand that advertiser A is being shown 2 times. And what I think is that since advertiser A has set a daily budget of $10, Facebook is going to give first preference to this advertiser, basically takes this advertiser's bid as the most important, like this is the highest bidding advertiser. So if you are setting a daily budget or are not setting a specific CPC or a specific CPA, which most of the Facebook advertisers don't do, then this is how it happens. And then you have advertiser B and C, and advertiser B is spending $5 and advertiser C is spending $2. Now what happens is that advertiser B will go ahead and start filling out the next available set of inventories, and advertiser C is going to fill out the next available set of inventories. So here you can see that there is still 8 impressions left out of the 25 impressions we have as an inventory, because advertiser A is advertising $10, B is advertising $5 and C is advertising $2. And since advertiser C is the least amount of cost that they have put, what will happen is that they are basically placing it at the last slots, and still Facebook might be having a lot of remaining inventory. So how is Facebook going to take care of that? So that, to understand that, technically, since there are a lot of advertisers, there will never be unsold inventory on the Facebook ad platform. So let's assume that there is an advertiser D as well, and here you can see that so what I will do, I will just explain this slide first. So let's assume that there is an advertiser D, and here you have advertiser A who has spent $10, and you can see first 10 impressions are taken and Facebook gives preference to advertiser A. And then we have advertiser B who has spent $8, let's say. So 8 is represented by green here, so you can see the third ad slot of all the 5 persons are taken, and then you have 3 ad slots of A, B and C. So here the frequency starts going up. So sometimes in Facebook you can see that the frequency is 1.1, 1.2 or 1.5. So how does it appear in decimals? This is how. So here you can see the ad frequency of advertiser A is 2, the ad frequency of advertiser B is 1.6, and for C and D it's going to be 1. So advertiser C spends $5, then it's going to be A, B, C, D and E 1111 impression. And let's say advertiser D is spending, let's say advertiser D is spending only $4. So what we have here is that since advertiser D has the least amount of daily budget, Facebook is going to basically take advertiser D as the least bidder, and they are not going to fill up their inventory because Facebook is not going to earn much from them. So here let's say advertisers D budget is $4, but you have only 2 remaining inventories. So $2 is spent and $2 is unspent. So that is how it works. But however, when you look at this slide where we have advertiser D who has spent $2, we still have remaining inventories, and what I believe is that here advertiser C and advertiser D are technically going to get the cheapest cost in terms of cost per click or cost per sale or cost per action, because they are the least amount of bidders, and Facebook is basically filling up the remaining inventory with the people who have the lowest daily budgets. So here you can see that since advertiser D has the lowest daily budget, he is having the risk of not getting enough ads being displayed at all. So if you are say putting a very low budget, then there are chances that your ad budget may not be spent at all for the day if the competition is high enough. But since Facebook is adjusting the cost for cost per click and cost per sale based on what they feel is right, it might not happen, but I hope you get the idea. So this video is obviously not for everyone, but if you are a bit inclined on mathematics, then you will find this video interesting. And if you have thought about why Facebook ad cost fluctuates, then this gives you some food for thought. Obviously my model is not complex enough, because if I make it too complex, then many people cannot understand what I am trying to say, and I cannot make it too simple than this either. So since we have a very simple model here, obviously there are limitations where we are not taking into account, we are basically calculating every impressions as every dollar, and we are working only with 5 people and 25 impressions. So there are some limitations in this model, but I believe this is how Facebook ads work, and this is how the ad inventory is filled up. And basically the least daily budget person is the least bidder, and that is why you are getting clicks and leads at a very low cost if you have low budget. At the same time, you cannot scale your ad campaigns if you have low budget, because if you want more leads, then you have to spend a higher daily budget, but then you are also bidding higher, so your lead cost goes up as well. So thank you for watching this video, and this is the first time I am trying to make such a video. So if you understood something from this video, then go ahead and comment below. And if you have some ideas and concepts which could add to this model, then please let me know about that as well, and maybe we will discuss that, and maybe we will come up with a more complex model on how Facebook distributes the ads between the Facebook audience from the advertisers. So see you and bye bye.